Welcome back, everybody. Julie, I wanted to ask you really quickly before we get into Velvet, what is some misconceptions about dogs that people may not know about? Just like the amount of sleep that they may need. Maybe the older dogs may not need as much sleep as puppies may do. Just because they're energetic doesn't mean that they don't need sleep.
Yeah, I noticed two things actually. One is the amount of sleep. The puppies need about 20 hours of sleep every day, and usually because they're so cute, everybody keeps them busy, and then puppies start to do naughty things because they're overtired and overstimulated like a toddler. And the other thing is with high energetic, very active dogs, that a lot of dog owners then keep exercising them physically, but that only teaches the dog to jump higher, to bark longer. They're athletes and can do naughty stuff even longer, but what they actually need to do is learn how to settle, just like him right now. Settling for a dog is a skill they need to learn and that you want to reinforce with rewarding. Of course, they need their physical exercise, but to learn how to be calm and to actually do nothing is usually overlooked, especially with the high energy dogs.
Got you. So how has training been so far with the dogs? I know when you was with Valo trying to get him to calm down when he first got here, you were doing paw and you were giving him a treat. So how has that rapport been going? Not just with Valo, but with the other dogs at the shelter.
It's going pretty well. I mean, granted, with us being so overwhelmed, there were a lot of other things I had to do, not gonna lie about that, but we have a dog currently that has some stranger dangers, so I have friends and family come over as strangers, and he practices to see that they're okay, that they're nice people. He learns some skills on how to deal with that. Instead of going forward and barking, I just disengage and I go over here and do something else. So he has some skill box that he can pull from when he goes into a new environment. Hopefully then he learns that well enough for that.
So what has doing all of this taught about you and maybe your patience with doing things that may overwhelm you as well?
You have to be patient because you don't want to push it. Sometimes you get very ambitious on, okay, you gotta say hi to this person now, but that's exactly the wrong thing because then you put pressure on the animal and it gets really nervous. Sometimes when you have these super exuberant dogs that are jumping like crazy and jumping around, you got to find the right moment where you reward, where you tell them what to do, and yeah, you got to be very patient for that. Yeah.
Perfect. So I wanted to touch on Velvet. Velvet was with us about a month ago, and she was up for adoption. I have a couple of pictures of her because she was adopted. And look at her, she's in her new home now. So happy for Velvet. So what was the adoption process like when somebody came to grab her?
It's a young family with a little daughter. And when Velvet saw the daughter, she was like, this is my new sister. It was love on first sight. And we have a larger room where we do the meets, and it was really cute because she started immediately playing with that little kid. And I'm not gonna lie, we're always nervous with dogs and kids because you never know what the kid's gonna do, what the dog's gonna do. But she was doing the play bows and running with her. And since she, even though she's a little older, they said, no, we've had dogs like this before, and they loved her, and I've been in contact with them, and they said that that their sentence or what they said was, I think we will be really good for each other. And I really like that.
That is so perfect.
Yeah, he says she gets them up early, so she puts a little bit more routine in this family, I believe, than they had before. And he said they're good for each other, and that's the best that you can ever hear.
I love that. Wow. Well, I want to thank you both for coming onto the show and telling us about the different animals at the shelter that are up for adoption, that you guys do need help with, not just dogs, but cats as well. You guys have
And
a
we
bird.
have a bird.
A bird that
he's
needs to
very
be-
lonely.
Yes.
He's a
And pet
friend.
rats. We
Pet
have.
rats.
Oh, yeah.
And a gerbil.
And a gerbil.
And a mouse.
Oh, and a single mouse.
Yeah.
Wow. All of these animals need homes. So I'm going to definitely link you guys' website and Facebook on this story on uppermichigansource.com. Thank you both for coming.
Thanks for
Valo,
having
thank you
us.
for coming as well and being a good boy, of course. Yeah, he just chilling.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
we
for having
appreciate it a
Of
lot.
course, of course. So when we come back from the break, we are going to give you guys a preview of the UP Pet Festival happening this weekend. So stay with us.